Sweet. We are going to find an exponential equation from 2 points. You know how you can find a line from 2 points? You find slope, and then you can find your intercept, and da-da-da-da. You put it in, you can find it from 2 points, right? You just find your slope first and go from there. On this one, we're going to use that equation that looks like y equals a times b to the x. And we're going to kind of use a system of equation type thing a little bit. And we're going to use our 2 points. They gave me 2 points here. They gave me 0, 10, and they gave me 2, 20. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute into this equation for this first one. I'm going to substitute in 0 for x and 10 for y.
Okay.
Okay? So let's see. 10 equals a times b to the 0. And then down here, I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to substitute in 20 equals a times b squared. Are you seeing that? And we're going to kind of use this system of equation to help us out. Now, can you tell me what b to the 0 is?
1.
1. So what does that make a?
A equals 10?
A equals 10. Now, can I substitute that down into this one?
Yes.
Yes, yes I can. Okay, so 20 equals 10b squared. Now, can I solve for b squared?
Yes.
We will divide both sides by 10. B squared equals 2. So, square root both sides, because that's how we solve.
The square root of 2?
Not quite. The absolute value of b equals the square root of 2. So, b equals plus or minus square root of 2. However, base cannot be negative. Therefore, b equals square root of 2. So you were right. Yes, it does equal the square root of 2, but I can't just jump to that.
Yeah.
All right, so what does our final puppy look like? It could look like y equals 10, parenthesis, square root of 2 to the x, or y equals 10, parenthesis, what is the square root of 2? Square root of 2 is 1.414, 1.414 to the x. So depending on how they want it. Do you see what I'm saying? This is the exact, this is the decimal approximation.
Oh, okay.
But it's your final answer.
Okay.
Okay? And you'll just have to look and see how they want your answer. A lot of times they will want decimal approximates. If they say exact value, then you would use this one here.
Okay.
Okay? All right, cut the, all right, live. So we're going to start the same exact way we did before. We're going to use this equation, use this x and y for 1, and then do it again for here.
Okay.
So 48 equals a times b squared. And then we also have 3072 equals a times b to the 5th. Now, it's not quite as easy as before, but we can still do it. Okay? Before, our b just went away. This time it didn't. We're going to set it up like this. We're going to say 3072 equals ab over 5. And then we're going to divide it by 48 on this side and by ab squared on this side, because these are identical. Are you with me on that? Now, the reason we did that was to cancel out our a's and just have b's left over.
Okay.
So 3072 divided by 48 is actually 64. So 64 equals b cubed. Okay, do we know how to find that? We do the cube root of both sides.
Which happens to be
4.
positive 2.
Actually, b equals 4.
Oh yeah, 4.
Haha, I was right.
Okay.
Let's look at something else.
Now, I do have a b, but I still have to go back in and solve for a. You can pick either one you want to plug into. I'd probably plug into the top one just because it's easier. So 48 equals a times 4 squared, and so that's 48 equals 16a. Divide both sides by 16. What do we come up with a to be? 3?
Yeah.
So y equals 3, 4 to the x. So far, so good? Now, let's plug that into L1, L2 and see if we can't get it to do a regression for us real quick.
Okay.
So, Brandon, you want to pause that? Great. All right, now we have, we're on our last example on page 6, and it gave us points here that have negatives, but we're still going to start the same way. Okay, we're going to use this point, plug in for x and y, and then this point, plug in for x and y. So we get y equals a, well, come on Trace, we're plugging in y. So how about negative 128 equals a b to the negative 2? And on this one we get negative 0.125 equals a b cubed. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the negative 0.125 equals ab cubed on top, and I'm going to divide that by negative 128 over ab to the negative 2, because this equals this. So far so good? So when I do this one in my calculator, negative divided by negative, it's going to come out positive, thankfully. So negative 0.125 divided by negative 128 is 9 point, ooh, it's an E number. 9.765625 times 10 to the negative 4th. Lovely, isn't it? My A's cancel here, I'm left with B to the 5th. Because 3 minus negative 2. So I would take the 5th root of this puppy, and the 5th root of this puppy, and I'm going to end up with b equals. So in order to do that, I'm just going to do, if I do second answer, it gives me that answer, and then I can raise that to the 1/5. And I would put 1/5 in parentheses, and I get 0.25. Now I still have to go back and solve for
A.
And you can put it in either one you want. I'll just probably put it in this bottom one.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Negative 0.125 equals a times 0.25 cubed. So 0.25 cubed is a big number. Or a little number, depending on how you look at it, 0.015625. And I'll divide both sides by 0.015625. Multiply that by 0.125, I end up with a is equal to negative 8. You're going to want your calculator for that one because it's just not pretty. So when I write it out, it's got to be in this format. So y equals negative 8, parenthesis, 0.25 raised to the x. It is totally cool to have an initial value of less than 0. It is not cool to have a base less than 0.
Okay.
Remember, base can't be 0, can't be negative, can't be 1.
Okay.
All right? So this would be a decay factor. Okay. All right. Making sense? All right. So let's see if I can teach you how to do this real quick.
Do what?
Well, I guess I'll end this.